You guys are being recorded right now, just FYI, so you can ask questions if you want as I'm going. Alright, so we're going to find the inverse of f of x equals x plus 2 over x minus 3. So the first thing I'm going to do is this. Have I changed the problem at all? Nope. Do you remember what we just did in class? How am I going to find the inverse? How am I going to start that? Reverse the x's and y's. Okay, so to find the inverse equation instead of y equals would be x equals, what do you think? What would be on top? Y plus 2 over y minus 3. Okay. Now, that's the inverse equation, but what do I have to do? Solve for y. And the most difficult part of this is the solving for y, because now I have an equation that is the inverse equation. But to solve for y, in order to get something I could possibly graph, that's a little more tricky. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to try to gather all the y terms on one side, but I cannot have one on the bottom of the fraction, so I am going to multiply both sides by y minus 3. Alright, so what happens over here then? Cancel. So on the right side I just have y plus 2. Now here, if I would distribute the x, I would have xy minus 3x, correct? Do you guys see how I have y in two spots where my fingers are there? So I need to collect all the y terms and get them together on the same side, because I'm trying to isolate y right now. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave this xy over here, and I'm going to move this y to this side, and then I'm also going to move the 3x to the other side. So, first I'll do this. Do you guys see I just added 3x to both sides? Okay. And then I'm going to move this y over. So I added the 3x to both sides, and then moved the y to the left side. How can you get one y term? Anybody know? Yeah.
Why isn't it 3x?
It should be. Kendra, you can get a Jolly Rancher when we're done. You shouldn't be so shy. If I have two y terms like this, what I can do is they have a common factor of y, don't they? So I am going to pull that common factor out to the front. It's like I factored it or divided it out. And then over here, I'm left with x, y, because xy divided by y is x, correct? And what's y divided by y? 1. So I have this left. Alright, now I have something that I can divide off. What can I divide off both sides? X minus 1. So my equation is 2 plus 3x, or you can write it as 3x plus 2, over x minus 1. That is the inverse. I'm going to move that down. So I will f inverse of x. Okay. Does anybody want to go back and ask a question? Okay, so this was algebra, really. So after I got to this, past this green part, that was just all algebraic simplification to get y alone. Okay.